Hello everyone. In this video series, we are going to solve some questions from CBSE 2020 past paper questions. So here is one of the question. It's given if y equals tan x to the power tan x, then find the value of dy by dx. So when you have a function y in the form of a function to the power another function. When a function y is defined as a function to the power another function, these kind of questions are differentiated by taking logarithms on both the sides. So what we do? Take log on both sides. So when I say log, basically we consider the log to be base e when we don't mention anything. Okay, so if I take log on both the sides, you say log of y will be equal to log of f of x to the power g of x, and that can be written as g of x multiplied to log of f of x. So basically you get log of y equals this. Okay, and after doing this, you differentiate on both the sides. The next step comes out to be of differentiation. Differentiating both the sides. So in that case, what do you get? With respect to x, let's mention that. Okay, so you do d by dx of log y will be equal to d by dx of g of x multiplied to log of f of x. Now when you differentiate on the left hand side, you will apply the chain rule, because the function is defined in terms of variable y and you are differentiating with respect to x. So if you apply the chain rule, you say you are differentiating derivative of log y you are finding with respect to variable y, and you are differentiating y with respect to x. Okay, and on the right hand side you will apply the product rule. So that gives you g dash x multiplied to log of f of x plus g of x multiplied to f dash x over f of x. I hope this is clear to you. So this is the description of how we solve the question. So if you simplify this, you get 1 over y dy over dx will be equal to g dash x into log f of x plus g of x into f dash x over f of x. Okay, so this is how, when you have a function raised to the power another function, this is how you differentiate. Okay, so let's do our question now. So we are given y equals tan of x to the power tan of x. So you can say f of x here is tan x and g of x is also equal to tan x. Okay, so if you take log on both the sides, taking log on both sides, what do you obtain? Log of y will be equal to tan of x multiplied to log of tan x. I have just omitted one step. I hope this is clear, because we have generalized that. Now we will differentiate both the sides with respect to x. With respect to x. So in that case, I'll directly use this part. So differentiation of log y will be 1 over y dy over dx and differentiation on the right hand side, let's write it as d by dx of tan x multiplied to log of tan x. Now if you simplify this, you need to apply the product rule on the right hand side. So differentiation of tan x is sec square x multiplied to log of tan x plus, now considering tan x is constant, you will take the derivative of log of tan x. That's nothing but 1 over tan x multiplied to derivative of tan x, that is sec square x. So tan x and tan x gets cancelled. So you can say you are getting 1 over y dy over dx will be equal to, you can take sec square x common from both the terms, you are left with log tan x plus 1. So what is dy by dx? Dy over dx will be equal to y multiplied to sec square x multiplied to log of tan x plus 1. Now you can substitute the value of y that's there in the original equation. So you get dy by dx will be equal to tan x to the power tan x multiplied to sec square x multiplied to log of tan x plus 1. Okay, so this will be your final answer. Let's look at a different question now. Over here it's given if f of x equals root over of sec x minus 1 over sec x plus 1, then find the value of f dash pi over 3. Okay, so we will try solving this question in two ways. So if you remember the basic identities like sec of x can be written as 1 over cos of x, then you can modify this function as square root of 1 over cos x minus 1 over 1 over cos x plus 1. So the whole square root will be there, so we'll write it like this, and this can be simplified to 1 minus cos x over cos x divided by 1 plus cos x over cos x. Now this cos x and cos x gets cancelled, so you say your f of x now is square root of 1 minus cos x over 1 plus cos x. Now what do you do after this? If you remember, we have the identities sin square x plus cos square x is equal to 1, and this is valid if the angle becomes x by 2 also. And why we are taking the angles to be x by 2, let me just show it to you over here. Cos x, if I represent it in terms of half angle formulas, it can be written as cos square x over 2 minus sin square x over 2. Okay, so what we will do now in the next step is wherever we have 1, we will substitute it using sin square x over 2 plus cos square x over 2, and wherever we have cos x, it will be represented by cos square x over 2 minus sin square x over 2. So this will help you in removing the square root. So this is sin square x over 2 plus cos square x over 2 minus, I'll put the two terms in brackets, cos square x over 2 minus sin square x over 2 whole divided by sin square x over 2 plus cos square x over 2 plus cos square x over 2 minus sin square x over 2. So what do you observe here is if I open up the brackets in the numerator, cos square x over 2 and negative cos square x over 2 gets cancelled, and in the denominator sin square x over 2 and negative sin square x over 2 gets cancelled. So you can say your f of x is simplified to square root of 2 sin square x over 2 over 2 cos square x over 2. So 2 and 2 gets cancelled. Sin square x over 2 over cos square x over 2 can be written as tan square x over 2 whole root. So your function f of x now can be written as just tan x over 2 because square and square root gets cancelled. Now your question is find f of x, that is given by tan of x over 2, find the value of f dash of pi over 3. So if you take the derivative of this f dash x, again you are supposed to apply chain rule here. So this can be written as tan of, so derivative of tan of x over 2 would be sec square x over 2 multiplied to derivative of x over 2 will be 1 over 2. Okay. Now f dash of pi over 3 will be equal to sec square pi over 6 multiplied to 1 over 2. Now if you don't remember the values for sec of pi over 6, you can say this will be equal to 1 over cos of pi over 6. Now cos of pi over 6 is root 3 over 2. So that gives you 2 over root 3. So you get 2 over root 3 whole square multiplied to 1 over 2. That gives you 4 over 3 multiplied to 1 over 2. That is 2 over 3. So this is the final answer. So this is the first way of solving this. The other method to solve is, let me just quickly take you through that. If f of x is equal to square root of sec x minus 1 over sec x plus 1. Now inside the square root, if I multiply sec x minus 1 in both numerator and denominator, you can say the numerator can be written as sec x minus 1 whole square and the denominator can be written as sec square x minus 1. So this will come out to be sec x minus 1 in the numerator because square and square root gets cancelled, and sec square x minus 1, this can be written as tan square x, and the square root of tan square x will be tan x. So f of x is now reduced to sec x minus 1 over tan x. That can be further written as sec x over tan x minus 1 over tan x. So f dash x will be equal to, so over here when you cancel it off you get cosec x minus cot x. So this is f of x. Now we will take the derivative. So f dash x will be equal to differentiation of cosec x is negative cosec x multiplied to cot x, and derivative of cot x is negative cosec square x. So negative cosec square x multiplied to negative gives you positive. That can be written as, I can take cosec x common and you can write this as cosec x minus cot x. This is your f dash x. We are supposed to find the value of f dash of pi over 3. So you can say cosec of pi over 3 multiplied to cosec pi over 3 minus cot pi over 3. So cosec of pi over 3 is same as 1 over sine of pi over 3. And we know sine of pi over 3 is root 3 over 2. So this can be written as 2 over root 3 and cot of pi over 3 is 1 over tan pi over 3. Now tan of pi over 3 is root 3, so this will be 1 over root 3. So if you plug in these values, you obtain 2 over root 3 multiplied to 2 over root 3 minus 1 over root 3. That gives you 2 over root 3 multiplied to 1 over root 3. That gives you 2 over 3, which was the same answer which we got using the first method. I hope you have learned something out of this video, and if you like the content, please do like and share my channel. Thanks for joining. We'll keep you updated with more videos on this.